Hello, I'm the Resolute Cartographer, and this is the 23rd video in my Mass Effect Legendary Edition series. In this video we're going to do a full tour of the Normandy SR2, at least as open as it is when you first board the ship. Along with that, we're going to be talking to everybody on board. Now, this originally was part of a video with the Freedom's Progress content, but the video was a bit too long, so I decided to split it right at the end of the Freedom's Progress quest, and we're going to start this one right when we enter the ship for the first time. Back on board the Normandy.
Welcome aboard the new Normandy, Commander.
I've been looking over the dossiers. I'd strongly recommend starting by acquiring Morden Solus, the Solarian professor on Omega. We know the Collectors use some type of advanced technology to immobilize their victims. We'll need him to develop a countermeasure to protect us.
Without that countermeasure, we'll be helpless if we ever run into the Collectors.
Acquiring Professor Solus seems like the most logical place to start.
Who are you?
I am the Normandy's artificial intelligence. The crew like to refer to me as Edie.
Helmsmen aren't happy when someone takes control of a ship away from them. Especially Joker.
I do not helm the ship. Mr. Moreau's talents will not go to waste. During combat, I operate the electronic warfare and cyber warfare suites. Beyond that, I cannot interface with the ship's systems. I observe and offer analysis and advice. Nothing more.
I'm guessing it takes more than just the three of us plus Joker to fly this ship.
The Normandy has a full crew. They're at their stations awaiting your orders.
Final preparations for takeoff are complete, Commander. When you're ready to go, just pick a destination from the galaxy map and the CIC and I'll plot a course.
Jacob and I should return to our posts. Come find us if you have any questions.
It has a galaxy map just like the last Normandy. And we finally have a private terminal. I had forgotten that this did not exist in Mass Effect 1. It exists in both 2 and 3, so it's a great thing. We have the armory, which allows us to change the weapons of our squad. There's the elevator, because there are now several decks, and the elevator actually runs right up to the back of the CIC. Captain's quarters are significantly larger and much nicer than they were before. The tech lab, unfortunately we don't have Morden Solus just yet, so this isn't fully utilizable. There are actually entire parts of the ship that are completely locked off still because we haven't met the people that will occupy those spaces. Okay, so why don't we go ahead and talk to Joker first. You can see all the little journal entries popping up to meet with the different members of the crew, or the different team members. Okay, so here's Joker.
Can you believe this, Commander? It's my baby! Better than new. It fits me like a glove! And leather seats! Military may set the hardware standard, but on a first-gen frigate they could care less if the seats breathe. Civilian sector comfort by design.
The reproduction is not intended to be perfect, Mr. Moreau. Seamless improvements were made.
And there's the downside. I liked the Normandy when she was beautiful and quiet. Now she's got this thing I don't want to talk about. It's like ship cancer.
It's not the same, Joker. There's nothing here that was even part of the real Normandy.
There's us. I have to take what I can get. The last 2 years sucked. You'll see. Even if an AI is spying on us, no way they'll invest this much just to screw us over. It'll be better than the old days.
I hope so. I died.
Yeah, you are such a downer.
Let's talk to EDI.
Yes, Shepard.
I want to know more about you.
Do you have a specific inquiry?
Why are you named Edie?
EDI is the phonetic pronunciation of EDI. That is an acronym for Enhanced Defense Intelligence.
How are you getting along with Joker?
Mr. Moreau does not trust me. It offends him that I am installed aboard his ship's computers.
Yeah, the last Normandy did just fine without an AI reminding me the airlock is ajar.
Where are you?
My core intelligence is housed in a quantum blue box located behind the medical bay.
What do you do aboard the ship?
I operate the ship's electronic and cyber warfare suites in combat. My reaction time is much faster than any organic. I collate the records of shipboard monitoring devices for the Elusive Man. I serve additional functions which are restricted at this time.
Interesting.
Cyber warfare means things like viruses, right?
In close-range ship-to-ship combat, I can sometimes break through the firewalls of an enemy's internal wireless network. Once I seize control of their systems, I can turn off gravity or air. I can disable weapons guidance or shields, or I can put their fusion plant in meltdown.
Ooh.
On the defense, I manage Normandy's own suite of jammers, decoys, and internal firewalls.
Sounds incredibly useful. Why isn't there someone like that on every warship?
An organic operator cannot react quickly enough to changing circumstances or perform the necessary multitasking. This is a role that can only be filled by an artificial intelligence. Unfortunately, we are suspect.
Well, it might have something to do with how an AI almost destroyed galactic civilization, just putting it out there.
And AI are, in fact, illegal. This is not supposed to be in existence here.
The Elusive Man has monitoring devices on board?
He has invested most of Cerberus's resources into the design and construction of this ship. He has an interest in monitoring our progress.
Restricted functions? Like what?
I do not know. Some of my databases are sealed, some of my hardware is kept offline. I assume that when certain unknown conditions are met, those functions will be released to me.
I love that it's like so out there and like outspoken about the fact that it's like, yeah, I've got some weird secret thing going on here. Reminds me a little bit of RoboCop. Okay, let's see.
Let's discuss something else.
Ready.
I want to know more about the people I'm working with.
Much of that data is classified. Do you have a specific inquiry?
What sort of resources does Cerberus have? Money, personnel, facilities?
I have a block that prevents me from answering that question.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Although I am less controlled than other AI, I am still subject to behavioral blocks and the physical isolation of my hardware. In this case, I am prevented from truthfully answering your question by Cerberus's levels of secret classification.
How is Cerberus organized? Aside from the Elusive Man, I don't see much chain of command.
Cerberus is organized into task-oriented cells. Each operates in isolation. Members from one cell cannot recognize the members of another. Each cell's agents are led by a single operator. We are called the Lazarus Cell, which is directed by Operator Lawson.
So how many operations is Cerberus running right now?
I have a block that prevents me from answering that question.
How did Cerberus replicate the most advanced warship in the Alliance Navy without anyone knowing?
I have a block that prevents me from answering that question.
Okay. We actually do find out more about that later, but anyway.
Let's discuss something else.
Ready.
What's this area of the ship?
This is the bridge, where the navigator plots our FTL vectors, and the helmsman maneuvers the ship.
Yeah, sitting right here, thanks.
That's all for now.
Logging you out, Shepard.
I like the interactions between Edie and Joker over the course of the game. Okay, let's see, we got controls. Got a new codex entry from that. Let's go talk to Kate Bowman. Is that her name? I actually can't remember. Yeoman Chambers. I continuously, because there's an email on your private terminal from Kate Bowman, who was on that asteroid that was about to crash into Terra Nova, I can constantly mix up those two characters. Kate Bowman and Yeoman Chambers are definitely not the same person, though.
I'm Yeoman Kelly Chambers. I've been assigned as your administrative assistant. I'll manage your messages and help you monitor the crew. And I must say, it's such an honor to work under you, Commander Shepard.
I'm glad to have you on the team, Miss Chambers.
Please, call me Kelly.
Okay, Kelly.
Anything else?
Is there anything I should know?
You have unread messages at your private terminal. Anything else, Commander?
Do you have a moment to talk?
I always have time for you, Commander.
What are your responsibilities?
I'll keep you notified of any messages or appointments you might have. If any of the crew has important business to discuss, I'll make sure you know.
Isn't that the type of task better suited for a VI?
Yes, but being your yeoman is just my official role. Unofficially, I observe the crew. Everyone knows how risky our mission is. Many of us may not be coming back. That's a lot of pressure. I have a degree in psychology. I'm good at sensing when people are overly taxed.
You make sure the crew's mental health is sound?
Yes. I look for warning signs. I listen. It's not a full-time job, and it's most effective when done informally.
We're lucky to have someone with your skills, Kelly.
Thank you, Shepard. What else would you like to know?
This organization has a dark reputation. Do you have any concerns working for them?
Not at all. Our methods can be harsh, but Cerberus has noble objectives. We look out for human interests. Advance human technology, save human lives. They're good goals.
It sounds like Cerberus wants to dominate all aliens and put humankind on top.
Cerberus looks out for humanity, but that doesn't mean we hate aliens. My sister started a dog shelter, but she loved cats too. I love humanity. I also love Asari, Quarian, Turian, Solarian, Hanar. That isn't in conflict with Cerberus ideals.
How do you feel about being assigned to the Normandy?
I was handpicked by the Elusive Man to help fight the greatest threat known to humanity. How do I feel? Honored, exhilarated, terrified. But mostly I feel encouraged. Under your leadership, we can't fail.
Don't worry. We'll defeat the Collectors.
I trust you implicitly. The moment I met you, I knew I could close my eyes, fall back, and you'd be there.
Whoa.
Your trust is well placed, Kelly.
I knew it would be. Thank you, Shepard. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
I better go.
Okay. Maybe we'll talk later.
That was, Okay, let's talk to Edie here.
What's this area of the ship?
This is the Combat Information Center. Here, the crew receives sensor data and coordinates gunnery and damage control efforts. While Normandy is flown from the bridge, during combat, the commanding officer issues orders from the CIC.
Yeah, I believe, Kelly Chambers, there is actually a romance option. Oh, that's awesome. I just noticed that. You first meet her and call her Yeoman Chambers. She says, "Call me Kelly." Now, if you look at the top of the screen, her name shows up as Kelly. That's pretty cool. Anyway, weapons locker there. We can talk to Edie again.
What's this area of the ship?
This is the armory, where small arms are maintained and upgraded. Using ME2, computer-aided design and manufacturing, we have the capability to manufacture several new models.
I don't think manufacturing is a real word, but anyway, here's Jacob. This is where he hangs out.
Commander, there hasn't been time to really settle in and take stock. I want to say that working with you is a great opportunity to do something that matters. It's a privilege to serve on the Normandy, Commander.
You may change your tune if we end up like the original Normandy.
Maybe. As long as the Elusive Man walks his talk, and you do the same, I'll do my best to make sure we succeed. That's been the condition for my service so far. I have issues with certain actions Cerberus has taken in the past.
What has Cerberus done to make you nervous?
A lot. They've been called terrorists, and with good reason. Doubt you can find a more checkered past. But if the Collector threat is real, and we do something about it, Cerberus will be remembered differently. Or we'll all be tried and executed. Can't count on people thinking about it as hard as I have.
I look forward to working with you, Mr. Taylor.
Likewise, Commander. Let me know if you need anything.
Okay. Anything else to see here? No, but we can take a look at the ship's core. Pretty cool. Okay. Let's head back this way. And you can tell, again, that this is much larger than the original Normandy, because this is where the stairs down were before. Right? Now the elevator's right there in the back, but we can head over to the armory, or, let's see, yep, we can head through here. The other side is unfortunately still closed because we don't have Morton Solus with us yet. That's the tech lab side. This is the briefings room. You can talk to Edie again.
What's this area of the ship?
This is the FTL communications room. In addition to interfacing with the FTL comm network, Normandy is fitted with a quantum entanglement communicator linked to the Elusive Man's office. This allows lag-free communication even when you operate off the comm grid.
Why aren't these used everywhere?
Each quantum pair costs nearly as much as a comm relay, and can pass only one quantum bit of data at a time. In addition to the cost and bandwidth issues, the system is strictly point-to-point. To contact 100 different worlds, we would need to manufacture and install 100 entangled pairs, one link to each world.
That's all for now.
Logging you out, Shepard.
Quantum entanglement is a really, really interesting thing. I have a theory that it could be used to transfer electricity over, well, any distance. But anyway. Okay, let's see. Next up.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
We may as well check that. Okay, team status. Why don't we just see what this does? Okay, so we can see these two, and we can cycle her appearance. Okay. Along with that, we have these other, what is this, 6 positions that are showing up here. Zaid Masani, We'll meet him on the on Omega. Warden Solus. Archangel. The Warlord, Dr. O'Keir. The Convict, known as Jack. And the Master Thief, known as Kasumi. The reason that some of these people are showing up, especially the ones on the ends, Masani, and what's the name again? Sorry, Kasumi, is they were pieces of DLC. So that's why they're showing up now, even though typically we'd really only have these other ones here towards the middle. Anyway, upgrades. Okay, so we can see the upgrades that we have. We don't really have any just yet. Unread messages. Wow. Okay. Okay, at least I was afraid it was going to just keep scrolling down here. Message from Anderson. From Counselor Anderson. On the off chance that the rumors are true and you actually are alive, I need you to come by and talk to me on the Citadel. A lot has changed in the last 2 years. You put me on the Council and it's only fair that you be allowed to speak for yourself about what we've been hearing. Okay? Deal struck with Zaid Masani. From the Elusive Man, Shepard, we've reached an agreement with the veteran mercenary Zaid Masani. You may know the name. Zaid has been involved in some of the best known and some utterly unknown military operations in the Terminus systems, and is feared as a ruthless and relentless bounty hunter. I felt you might need a man with his skills on your mission, so I arranged to have him join you. You'll find him on Omega where he's wrapping up his current bounty. Don't worry about the fee. I've taken care of that personally. Anything else to this message? No. Okay, mark as read. Lost contact with Surveyor ship. From Project Firewalker. This is another piece of DLC. Commander, the MSV Rosalie, a survey ship with Cerberus connections, has gone missing. The survey team was field testing a new prototype, the Hammerhead Planetside Exploration Rover. This is the replacement for the Mako. In addition, scientists Dr. Manuel Case and Dr. Robert Alloy are aboard the MSV Rosalie and conducting research for us. We need you to find the ship, her survey team, and the doctors. The MSV Rosalie was last seen near the planet Zeona, Elista, Ismar Frontier. Okay, mark as red. Normandy crash site located. From Admiral Hackett. Commander Shepard, our scans of the Amada system have turned up something we thought you should see. The final location of the wreckage of the SSV Normandy. We thought this news might be important to you, but we'd also have an ulterior motive. The Alliance would like to honor the Normandy with a monument to be built on the site of the ship's final resting place. We'd like to invite you to place the monument and be the first to walk on the site. There are still 20 crew members unaccounted for from the attack on the Normandy. If you find any sign of these lost crewmen, we ask that you report to the Alliance so that the heroes' families might have some closure. Godspeed to you, Commander. Now, the reason why this doesn't seem to show the same tone as Counselor Anderson's message is because this is, again, I think a piece of DLC. I think it was actually like a day one DLC sort of a thing, but I don't remember. I could be wrong about that as well. Recon Hood, again, I think was a piece of DLC, like a little tiny piece of DLC. From the Elusive Man, Shepard, it occurred to our armor technicians that you may not want to show your face everywhere you go. They sent a hood that Cerberus issues to its covert agents. It has the additional microframe functions that you may like. The hood is in your quarters. Okay? Overlord. From Elusive Man to Shepard. Again, this is another piece of DLC. One of our cells just went off the grid without explanation. Project Overlord has been experimenting with highly volatile technology, and I need you to investigate. That's a damn understatement right there. Their work is extremely compartmentalized, enough that I can't divulge operational details over this channel. You'll find them on the planet Ite, Typhon system, in the Phoenix Massing Cluster. Please take care with this matter. Arc Projector. From the Elusive Man to Shepard, we recently had an incident involving the Geth and one of our outposts in the Skillian Verge. Don't worry, I'm not sending you off to chase anything down. Our operatives waged a highly successful battle against the Geth scouting party and credited their success to the new advanced electrical attack device that we finally let them take out of the lab. Since their unit is being reassigned for some rest and relaxation, we thought you should take custody of the weapon in the meantime. The weapon is called an Arc Projector. I sent it to the Normandy's armory so you can examine it for yourself and use it if you deem it worthy. It's gone through plenty of tests that indicate that it overloads kinetic barriers and synthetic enemies particularly well, but laboratory demonstrations are a poor substitute for actual field reports. We know it works. Now we want to see what it can do in the right hands. If all goes well, we'll use your tactics to train other operatives. Okay. Rendezvous with Kasumi Goto. From the Elusive Man, Shepard. At great cost and effort, we tracked down the master thief Kasumi Goto and convinced her to work with you. Very few people have even heard of her, and fewer can claim to have seen her in person. She is unrivaled at stealth and infiltration, and her skills will prove invaluable to your mission. Travel to the Zakara ward on the Citadel. There you will find a special ad terminal that differs from the usual. Input the password "Silence is Golden" to begin the rendezvous. Okay, another piece of DLC. Ascension Financial Services. your account. From Stanwyck Dobbs, Banking Agent, Ascension Financial Services, Earth. Hello, Commander Shepard. Thank you for submitting your updated medical documentation. Your status has been changed from deceased to alive. After deducting modest administration fees for closing the file, the subsequent change in balance and reactivation of your account, you have a remaining balance of 100,000 credits. Thank you for banking with the Ascension Financial Services. We look forward to working with you. Are you protecting your greatest asset? We will find the best life insurance rates and coverage to fit your needs. Apply for a free quote today. Okay, I mean, this is a man who already died, and you're offering him life insurance. Okay. Anyway, we're done on this floor. Let's get on the elevator. Let's go down. I'm going to leave this loading screen in because it gives you a pretty good view of the overall layout. Okay, so now we got the starboard observation that's closed until we get another crew member. I think that one's Samara, but I can't remember, to be honest. We got a women's restroom.
Shepard, the men's restroom is on the port side of the ship.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Next up, crew quarters.
Oh, she's a cutie. How old?
She'll be a year old next month.
Oh, you'll miss her first birthday.
Well, my family lives in New Canton.
Oh, that colony's on the edge of the frontier. Could be vulnerable to collector attack, couldn't it?
Exactly. It's most important that she have a first birthday. That's why I'm here.
So yeah, you can come in here and occasionally hear different lines of dialogue. They have conversations that actually do relate to the current ongoing state of the world. Let's see. Life support is closed. I think that's Thane. Port observation, I think that's Kasumi. Men's restroom. Basically a mirror image of the women's restroom. Okay, coming back this way. Alright, so this is basically the same right in here as it was before. But if we come over here, this used to be our office, now it's Miranda's office. It's the Exo's office now. Miranda?
Commander, what can I do for you?
You have a minute, Miranda?
No doubt you've got a lot of questions. Cerberus isn't as evil as most people believe. If I can help allay any of your concerns, I'd be happy to do so. So, what would you like to know?
I know what we're doing here, but what's Cerberus's long-term goal?
The advancement of the human race. Nothing more, nothing less. The Solarians have the Special Tasks Group. The Asari have their legendary commandos for stealth and recon operations. Cerberus is humanity's answer to those organizations.
But those organizations are regulated by governments. Who keeps Cerberus in check?
Nobody. We're privately funded and our backers trust the elusive man to make the right decisions. But he's very clear about our goals. Protect humanity and serve its advancement.
Are you military or political? Or both?
Cerberus has several divisions. Political, military, scientific, but we're all working towards the same goal. The teams you encountered before your accident were mostly part of our military division. But not all Cerberus operations use the same protocols. We try not to get bogged down in bureaucracy or formality.
What kind of resources does Cerberus have?
We're very well funded, though I doubt anyone other than the elusive man knows exactly how well. But our resources aren't unlimited. Reviving you and rebuilding the Normandy was a significant investment, and a significant risk. We're all hoping you can do the impossible, Shepard. No pressure.
What can you tell me about the elusive man?
Not much that you don't already know. Even I don't have access to most of his background. And you've seen more of him than most ever do. It's rare for him to become directly involved in missions, but you're something special. Whatever else people might say about him, I can assure you he's got humanity's best interests at heart. That includes you and me.
How can you be sure of that if you know so little about him?
I didn't get to where I am without knowing how to gauge people's motives and ambitions, even from brief encounters. He's no saint, and he'd be the first to admit it. But he is committed. Humanity couldn't have a better advocate.
Tell me about yourself, Miranda.
Oh, I guess that's fair. I've spent the last 2 years learning everything there is to know about you. Well, you should probably know that I've had extensive genetic modification. Not my decision, but I make the most of it. It's one of the reasons the elusive man handpicked me. I'm very good at just about anything I choose to do.
You certainly don't lack for confidence.
It's just a fact. My reflexes, my strength, even my looks, they're all designed to give me an edge. No point in hiding from it. It's the reason I'm trusted to oversee the most dangerous, risky, and technically demanding operations Cerberus undertakes. And it's why I was assigned to you. It's my job to make sure you succeed, Shepard.
What level of genetic modification are we talking about?
That's very thorough. Physically, I'm superior in many ways. I heal quickly, and I'll likely live half again as long as the average human. My biotic abilities are also very advanced. For a human. Add to that some of the best training and education money can buy, and, well, it's pretty impressive, really.
Sounds like you were designed to be perfect.
Maybe, but I'm not. I'm still human, Shepard. I make mistakes like everyone else. And when I do, the consequences are severe. Everyone expects a lot from someone with my abilities.
Thanks for the information, Miranda. I'll talk to you later.
Of course, Commander. Whatever you need.
Alright, man, that is a nice bed she's got back there. Okay, let's see. Oh, here's the next member.
Again.
Mess Chef Gardner.
Commander Shepard, the hero of the Citadel. You did humanity proud that day. Mess Sergeant Rupert Gardner here. How can I be of service?
Do you have everything you need?
I make do. But have you ever tried to prepare a decent meal with military provisions? I'm good, but I'm no miracle worker. Taking down the collectors is going to be rough business. The crew deserves a few fine meals before they throw themselves into the fire.
What do you need?
If I had some quality ingredients... Oh, shit. You've got more to worry about than grocery shopping on the Citadel. Forget I mentioned it.
If I head that way, I'll keep an eye out.
Much appreciated. Most of this list is probably standard fare for those namby-pambies on the Citadel. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
The lighting just changed weirdly there.
What do you do here on the Normandy?
What don't I do? Most think of me as the ship's cook, but I'm also the facilities technician and custodian. HVAC, plumbing, non-mission critical electrical. I make sure they're all clean and running.
So the man cleaning the toilets is also preparing the meals.
I wash my hands. Most of the time.
Ugh.
This ain't no luxury liner. You have to pull your own weight in a Cerberus vessel, and I catch what falls through the cracks. Through the cracks.
God.
How did you find your way into Cerberus?
Can you believe I was once a family man, working the EZO rigs along the frontier? I was happy enough, but losing everything to Batarian raiders can change your outlook. I needed to make a difference. I'm no soldier, but I've got skills, and Cerberus keeps an eye out for talent. I'll do whatever it takes to help, be that plumbing a sewer, routing an air duct, or keeping everyone's bellies full.
How do you feel about working for Cerberus?
Damn proud. Cerberus gets the job done. The Alliance and Council have got their heads buried so deep up their butt puckers they can't see squat. It'll take good old human ingenuity to crush these collector vermin. Only Cerberus knows that.
I won't take any more of your time.
Back to work.
Okay. I love talking to him. Alright, Archangel is going to end up here in the main battery. Let's head back out this way. And let's go check out the med bay. And there's Dr. Chakwas.
Commander Shepard, I watched the Normandy crumble with you on board. It's good to see you alive.
Nice to see a familiar face, Doctor.
I feel the same. I wish more of the original crew could be here. The kind of trauma you endured would have changed most people. But not you, I see. Welcome back, Shepard.
Do you have everything you need?
I believe so. This medical bay seems very much like the sick bay on the original Normandy. Only thing missing are my private reserves. I even had a bottle of Ceres Ice brandy that I was saving for a special occasion.
I'll keep an eye out for a replacement bottle.
Oh, you needn't. It's expensive, and we have much larger concerns ahead.
Doctor, you've been with the Alliance for years. Why leave now?
After the Normandy was lost, the surviving crew was reassigned. I was stationed at the Mars Naval Medical Center, a very respectable position, but it wasn't on a starship.
Colonial military life isn't for you?
I've spent most of my life on warships, never knowing what the next mission might bring. I'm used to the hum of engines, the creaking of bulkheads, that subtle vertigo when the momentum dampeners kick in. Life planetside is just too static, too boring.
You're not the Cerberus type, Doctor.
I don't work for Cerberus. I work for you. On a mission that may be crucial to the survival of the human race. I have faith that your dealings with Cerberus will be ethical. I trust you, Commander.
No.
There's a very good chance this mission will be a one-way trip. Are you prepared for that?
I've been through the reclaiming of Shanxi, the Skillian Blitz. We survived the Battle of the Citadel and the destruction of the Normandy together. I've lived a full life. No regrets. I'd like to make sure the crew gets the same opportunity.
I'll see you later, Doctor.
Commander.
She's great. I'm glad that we've got her on board. AI Core, that is the home of Edie. Okay, and why don't we go ahead and hit the elevator again and head one more floor down. And again, you can now see where we're headed here, and you can see the engine bay down there. Check the monitoring station for a new codex entry. And we can check out the back here, where the engine is. I like these two as well. Engineers Donnelly and Daniels. But if we come back here, here's the ship's core. Okay, and here we go, EDI.
What's this area of the ship?
This is main engineering, which contains the ship's main fusion plant and Mass Effect core.
Okay. Let's see anything else over here. Let's talk to these two.
You came all the way down here to see us?
You're speaking to our commanding officer.
I'm touring the ship, getting to know my crew.
I'm Engineer Ken Donnelly, handling the power control systems. This is Gabby.
That's Engineer Gabriella Daniels, actually. I'm responsible for the propulsion systems.
What can we do for you, Commander?
Are you set up okay down here?
We can't complain. I just wish it didn't take so long to calibrate the FBA arrays.
Kenneth, you're complaining.
What kind of problems are you having?
When they upgraded the Normandy design, they got a bit sloppy with the FBA couplings. I won't bore you with the tech, but there's an array of attenuators in the primary power transfer system that channels the field bleed.
Kenneth, you're boring the commander with tech. In short, if we had T6 FBA couplings installed, it'd save us a lot of maintenance time each day.
Why isn't something like that already installed?
It's probably just a design oversight. Efficiency isn't affected. It's a maintenance issue.
Also, the T6 model can be hard to find. Nash and Stellar Dynamics discontinued them.
We could probably find used ones in the Omega markets, but we have no time for shore leave.
Where did you receive your training?
Both Gabby and I started in the Alliance, serving on the SSV Perugia.
She flew in the first wave at the Battle of the Citadel. We saw Sovereign firsthand.
Why did you leave the Perugia?
After you died, Anderson lost political clout. The Council backslid on the Reaper menace.
They discounted Sovereign as an isolated threat, as a single...
Which was bullshit. They said your warnings of a greater danger were mistaken or delusional.
We lost respect for Alliance leadership. We need to fight the real enemy, and only Cerberus seemed to be doing that.
What do you think about Cerberus?
Actually, we don't know much about the organization other than the Normandy team. We know our mission and who's in charge.
We're off to kick the Collectors right in their daddy bags. That's enough for me.
What a term.
How did you wind up with Cerberus, Ken?
Once you were gone, the Alliance brass descended like vultures, tearing apart everything you'd said. I was very public with my defense for you. I didn't hold back.
That's an understatement. If Kenneth wasn't such a talented engineer, they'd have court-martialed him for insubordination.
But it got me noticed by the elusive man. He made an offer, and here I am.
So why did you join, Gabby?
Kenneth and I have been partners in crime since we graduated from Tech Academy. When he got the Cerberus offer, I insisted that it include me. They'd fall apart without me.
Thanks, Mum.
Also, I love engines, and the Normandy is state-of-the-art. When I got the opportunity to work on her, I had to jump.
Okay.
Carry on.
Will do, Commander. I'm amazed Shepard came down to see us.
I told you he would.
They had little conversations too. It's fun to hear the back and forth. Okay, so here's the little under area here where Jack hangs out eventually. We can come back up the other side though. Alright, and let's head out here. Okay, Edie?
What's this area of the ship?
Normandy's cargo deck. It includes facilities to rearm and repair Normandy's embarked ground vehicle and shuttle.
My last ship didn't need a shuttle. Why do we have one?
This ship is nearly twice the mass of the previous Normandy. It is more difficult to land the ship on high-gravity worlds.
Alright. This is Zaid's area right here, and I think the other side is the Krogan that we're going to get on board. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Okay, one more elevator ride to the top. Okay, here we go. And here is the captain's quarters, commander's quarters, whatever, with a window to the stars. Now, I personally would not want this here. I mean, this thing looks beautiful, obviously, but this is also a massive target to be hit, and it's right above the bed. I would not want that there. We can customize the gear, and you know what? I'm gonna change into this like officer's uniform thing. Okay, we have this fish tank here that we can fill with fish. We got a desk here with another option to use our personal terminal here as well. Then along with that, there's the Medal of Honor, which is the trophies that we've got in the game. There's the picture of Liara, because I romanced Liara in the last game. Model ships go up there. We currently have the SR2 Normandy. We can get a bunch of other models. And we can also get a space hamster eventually. And here's Shepard's personal bathroom. Not a bad space. Okay. But I think that's actually going to do it for this video. We have now taken a look at everything here on the Normandy. In the next video, we're going to actually start going on missions. We're going to get up here, we're going to use the galaxy map, and we're going to start exploring the galaxy once again. This has been the Resolute Cartographer. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time.